All right, question 2, we have a cosine function. So I'm just going to write our cosine. It's a cosine of bx minus c plus d. And we're given this. So y equals 1/4 cosine of x plus pi thirds plus 1/2. So I always like to start with my midline and my amplitude. So the midline is going to be at y equals 1/2, and my amplitude is going to be 1/4. So it's going to be super short. So this is one where you might want to zoom, or, well, that's at 1/2, or drag it around. Okay, so midline is at 1/2. And actually, we're looking at a cosine function. So cosine actually starts with that maximum at 1. So sometimes right here, they start with a sine function. I like to move it so it looks like a cosine function. And then our midline's at 1/2. And our amplitude, that's the yellow one we're going to move, is 1/4. So we only want our up and down to go up 1/4 and down 1/4. So for 1/2, oh, oops, that should be at 1/2. Up 1/4, down 1/4. So I would be at 3/4 and 1/4 right here. Okay, now we're going to look at our period and then our phase shift. So remember, the period equals 2 pi over the absolute value of b. And this one's nice. B is 1, right? It's the number next to x. So 2 pi over 1 is just 2 pi. So our period is 2 pi. So it's here, 0, 2 pi. Let's see if it moved, though. It kind of moved a little. So I like to go to the maximum. So that's 0. And then that one is at 2 pi. So we don't need to move anything right now. It's already cycling at 2 pi. Our maximum starts at 0, it ends at 2 pi, so the total distance is 2 pi. All right. The last thing we want to look at is the phase shift. And that is our horizontal shift. And remember, that equals c over b. C is, look, it's negative here. This is the tricky part, guys. Negative, negative. It's actually negative pi thirds. It's the opposite sign. Negative pi thirds over b, which is just 1. So we need to shift our graph negative pi thirds. It's the opposite sign. If you see plus, it's the opposite. So we need to take it left pi thirds. So the tricky part is, look, right now I'm at pi halves. So think how I want to take pi halves minus pi thirds. Where's that going to put that point? So what I like to do is I like to drop the pi's and do 1/2 minus 1/3. And then when I get my answer, I put pi back in. So 1/2 minus 1/3 is 1/6, or pi 6. So I need to move that dot until I'm at pi 6. So I'm going to move this. See, I'm at pi halves, pi thirds, pi 6. And everything else stayed the same. Our period stayed the same, our amplitude. All I did was I took the graph and I shifted it negative pi thirds, left pi thirds, because that was a positive.